What is up, guys? Zam for the Madden YouTube channel. Today's video, we're going to talk about the double move corner post route and why it's valuable against the one step ahead. But before we get into the video, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure you guys take the time to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the uploads coming your way here on the Zam Madden YouTube channel. If you guys want to take your game to the next level in Madden 21, check out my strategy site, gridirongameplans.gg. Gridiron Game Plans is your one-stop source for all things competitive Madden. Every week in our Vault update, we take a look at the meta, or the most effective tactics available being used by pro players on the MCS circuit, breaking down not only how and why the pros do what they do, but most importantly, how you can counter those metas when you face them in online gameplay. On top of that, your subscription also includes any and every offensive and defensive game plan released on the website while your subscription is active. So head over to gridirongameplans.gg, $9.95 per month unlocks the entire website. And trust me when I say you're going to want to get your hands on that nickel 2-4-5 defensive game plan that I released back in February. And I've got my upcoming giant project of my spread game plan dropping. I'm going to be dropping my 2x2 portion of that offense here this week on the website, with many, many more installments to come in the not too distant future. Okay, guys, without further ado, let's get into today's video. We're going to be talking about the corner post route and why it is valuable against the one step ahead. This is a route that I think that you definitely want to have a gunslinger quarterback to throw. And the reason for that is just that you want the ball to leave the quarterback's hands quickly, give you the ability to take advantage of the fact that the one step ahead ability cheats on basically every route in the game. So what we're going to do here is we're going to put the ball on the short hash, isolate our solo receiver, and we're going to get to work against the one step ahead. Now, the one area that you have to be careful with this in is the area in which they are pressing. You cannot throw this route against the press very consistently. So you're gonna see right here, as you do this, it just doesn't work against press coverage. So just kind of be careful. You'll notice that I've moved Stephon Gilmore over to the Rams for this video to go opposite of Jalen Ramsey. And what I want to kind of focus on is the fact that most players tend to shade over the top from a press alignment. And when this happens, this is going to allow you to throw the corner post on the corner post portion and either rack it or possession catch it. The rack comes with a little bit more of a risk. Naturally, you could drop the ball if you're contacted while racking. The possession catch is almost automatic though. So what you're going to see here is we're going to let him get to his route. You're going to throw the bullet and you're just going to possession catch it. Really, really easy catch that you can make. They have to play press coverage on this for this to work. So again, I'll shade over the top. And we're going to let him run his route, and you're just going to throw it and possession catch it. And the one step ahead is going to basically cheat on this throw. Now, another thing that you could do is you get a little bit more advanced with this tip is start to pass lead this up. And what will oftentimes happen is you'll notice that the DB kind of turns his hips on this as well. Now, right here, what you're noticing is that Rodgers' release is really, really fast. Really, really fast, to the point where this is almost just a quick little, kind of like a curl route, if you will. You kind of see here how this works. How you can just consistently pick up 10 yards, 10 yards, 10 yards with this particular throw. All spotted on the 40. You're going to be able to make this throw really consistent against this, again, 10 yards. And he doesn't even have an opportunity to light up on that play at all. Now, what I'm going to do is I am going to switch the receiver. I'm going to switch and go to somebody else, somebody that runs a little bit more of a sloppy route compared to Davante Adams. So let me go ahead and swap in MVS, who's more of a height speed guy, not a technical route runner. So again, you're looking for a corner post. This is dig return in the Carolina book, which is a very popular bunch. And you can find this particular route throughout the game. A regular bunch, there's a play called dig return and regular bunch in several playbooks in the game as well. So again, let's go 2-man under, again, shaded over the top. And you're going to be able to do basically the same thing with MVS. So again, here you see here with a guy like MVS, he runs a little bit more sloppier route. He gets more open, and that's really interesting to me, is that he gets more open on this route than Davante does. So again, you can kind of see here how now all of a sudden the one step ahead is lighting up, trying to cheat on that route, and it really doesn't work. So this is on the short side of the field, obviously. You see how consistently we can throw that right there. That becomes 15 yards. Now let's go ahead and work this to the wide side of the field to see if this really opens up a whole heck of a lot. And again, you'll notice here with this formation, he's kind of in tight Again, if you're going to throw this to the wide side of the field, you definitely have to have the gunslinger. So you're going to see here, like you throw this ball, you can actually rack it on the wide side of the field against the one step ahead, which is a really, really nice little tip that you guys can run. So again here, as long as they are shading over the top at all, that is going to be how you can have success with this. Again, just kind of throw this ball and you can rack it right by the guy and potentially pick up a one-play score. You see that we've yet to have a ball basically intercepted on this tip. Now, what players are going to typically do is they're going to start to set zone depths, which is basically the whole point. So if you notice that your opponent is starting to go to like some of those curl flats, most players like to go with a 5.25 Mabel, but you know, if they're trying to specifically target this, they're probably going to set like a 15-yard curl flat. So let's go ahead and show you that. And you'll see that oftentimes out of like a Mike Blitz type setup. So again, going back into the bunch offset, and the play that we're running is dig return. And we've got a 15-yard here, a 15-yard here. Now in this example, they're playing off coverage. And you're going to notice that you can basically do the same thing. Still rack it right by the guy and go for a one-play score against the one step ahead. Obviously, the Rodgers throwing animation is unbelievable. It's the quickest one in the game. So if you want to do this, you can throw this with Rodgers or Favre. They both have that Slinger 1 release, which is really, really fast. Here's an example of press coverage. Now, this is one thing that you do need to a little bit be worried about, is even if they shade over the top, just the act of being that close to the line of scrimmage can sometimes cause your player to release weird. And that's the situation where that purple zone can make a play. So be advised that that is really the answer to this, is going with a press alignment and a purple zone set to 15 yards. You know, the saving grace here is that most players aren't really going to set purple zones to 15. They're more likely to set them like to 5, and you know, they're gonna drop into the flat a little bit more, in which case you're gonna be just fine throwing that. So you know, you'd be able to, you know, throw that ball to the outside. You see right there that I tried to rack that, but you could have possession caught that very easily, and that player would not have animated. So you know, that is kind of the one saving grace here with this, is that, you know, if they get somebody that's playing like a 5-yard purple or a hard flat, you should still be able to throw this ball, you know, out here and possession catch it. But, you know, if they want to set those guys to 10, that's really where they're going to start to take that away. So that is today's tip, guys. This is the corner post route. It is a phenomenal route. I think that a lot of players right now are running so much of that nickel 3-3-5 wide 2-man under as a meta, and they're shading over the top, which means not a lot of purple zones. And if you catch that, I mean, that's going to be, you know, as you can see here, just absolutely money against the one step ahead. So this is kind of a generic tip. You guys could throw this against one step ahead. A lot of double move routes are going to have the ability to be thrown on the first cut if you know how to manipulate them a little bit. But in general, definitely go around and look at your playbook. Try to find some of those double move corner post routes. And, you know, if you can find them throughout your playbook, you can throw them out of a variety of sets. Again, it's just going to take a little bit of time to find them. But again, the gun bunch is such a popular version of this that I think that you guys can, you know, find this in most playbooks that you guys run out there. So if you guys like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, please drop those below as well. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Head over to gridirongameplans.gg. Again, guys, I've got my spread offense dropping this week. The first installment is going to be the 2x2 stuff in that playbook. There's so much, 33 shotgun formations in the spread playbook. I'm tackling them in groups, so I'm going to be releasing the spread flex, and the spread Y flex, as well as some tight slot open this week. We've got some of the ace personnel and obviously some of the double stuff to come as well. There's so much to be dropping. It's going to be my biggest offensive project of all time. And that's on top of the 2-4-5 defensive game plan that I just dropped last week. Again, guys, if you guys are struggling to get stops on the defensive side of the ball, you guys need to go check out this nickel 2-4-5 defensive game plan. I just dropped the nickel 2-4-5 odd scheme yesterday, blitz scheme yesterday on the channel. And if you guys want to mix that in with a great coverage-based defense that has far and away the best pass rush, I know that you guys have been hearing the rumors. If you guys have heard any rumors about the pass rushing cocktail, you can find it on Gridiron Game Plans. It is absolutely unreal. All right, guys, enough blabbing. I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Until next time, this is Zan. Get in the lab and good luck.